Yo, what is up? It's ChrisXtophers. Now this video is very last minute. I was actually laying in my bed, about to go to sleep, getting ready for tomorrow's tournament. I wanted to watch a tier list video and I didn't see a lot of people that have tier list videos for this update that just came out. So naturally, I decided to jump out of bed, run in here, record a video, edit a video, make a thumbnail. I mean, I got no clue what is wrong with me. But regardless, skip to here if you want to see the 1v1s tier list, and skip to here if you want to see the 2v2 tier list. And make sure to like, comment, subscribe. It's the easiest way to support my channel if you want me to keep making videos like this, because I feel like pushing content like crazy right now. And without further ado, I'm going to jump straight into this tier list. Alright, so starting off this video, I'm going to begin with the 1v1 tier list, and then I'll move into the 2v2 tier list. Just go ahead and skip to the 2v2s if that's all you care about. Stay here for the 1v1s, but I'm going to get right into it. Alright, so starting off in this 1v1s tier list in S tier, S+, excuse me, we have Batman. Now in this patch, Batman got a buff for some reason. He already was, in my opinion, S tier. His batarangs are unblockable for most characters. They're quick, one of the fastest projectiles in the game. His sticky bomb throws you into the air perfectly for his uppercuts, hard to dodge. He's the fastest character in the game. He has smoke, ground coverage, aerial coverage. He has a good spike. He's got a grappling hook to close the distance. I mean, everything about Batman is pretty hard to counter unless you play a projectile character. So in my eyes, Batman is the best one-on-one character in this patch. Now moving on into this patch, the only other character in the S+ tier, in my opinion of course, would be Harley. Now Harley in 1v1s, that's where she thrives. She can close the distance, she has an infinite jab combo, her aerials are insane, her spike is safe. She's really hard to counter. Just like Batman, there's not a lot of counters to her in this game. Her only flaw will be her weight. Same thing with Batman, they're relatively around the same weight, but if you can play like a glass cannon and be hyper aggressive the whole fight, Harley should win most of her 1v1s against anybody in this roster here. The only people I see giving Harley a problem would be Superman, maybe Tom and Jerry, but that's really it. There's not really a lot of people that counter Harley Quinn this patch. Alright, so I added 4 characters to the S tier because it would take too long to explain each and every individual character. So right under Batman and Harley Quinn we have Finn, who recently got a buff, Shaggy, I mean he's just same old Shaggy, Superman, who is a huge threat in ones, and Tom and Jerry, who would be up here, but he received a nerf to his jab and his down air. Rip all the Tom and Jerry mains out there, just like me. Now in the S tier, these 4 characters are huge threats, but they are not on the same level as Harley and Batman due to just being able to be countered. For me personally, I'm a Tom and Jerry main. I have almost 400 hours on Tom and Jerry. Jake, Garnet, Rain Dog, and Wonder Woman hard counter Tom and Jerry, and that is crazy. Now of course duos is a whole different thing. Just make sure to stay and watch for the duos tier list. Everything will flip and flop like crazy. Now moving on to the next tier, I labeled this one buff away from breaking the meta. Now everybody knows Bugs Bunny, he was up here for the longest time. He just received a bunch of aerial nerfs. His loop is still active, but it's less consistent. He doesn't have a lot going for him right now. He's been running the meta for so long that everybody knows how to counter him by this point. He feels clanky this patch, and that's all there is for Bugs. He's one buff away. Now Steven's crazy. He has a lot of potential. I don't think there is enough Steven mains out there for me to place him in the S tier. I want to personally because I fought a really good Steven. You can see him on Twitch, Nitro TV. We had a really good set in the tournament. Steven has a lot of undefined potential, and I think as time goes on, as long as he doesn't catch any nerfs, any changes, and he just stays who he is, he'll shine soon. Now Jake is a problem in 1v1s. He has the range, he's got the weight, he's got the short body, he's got the stretchiness. I mean, he's got everything he needs going for him. Jake is balanced. Everything about him is balanced. The patch before, he was a little crazy with his forward air. This patch, it's a lot more easy to punish. He feels balanced and he feels good. Moving on, we got Wonder Woman and LeBron. I put these two tied for the same spot. They're interchangeable. Wonder Woman in 1v1s, it's hard to really do much. You need that buff. The only thing she does have going for her would be her shield, her weight, and just her tankiness along with her speed. But other than that, her combo game is pretty mid. Her recovery mix-ups, they're pretty mid. Her lasso's cool, yeah, but she's honest and she's just not broken. She's balanced. LeBron, he did receive a buff, but this buff is not enough to make him crazy. When LeBron doesn't have his ball, he is probably in the not usable tier. But when he does have his basketball and he can catch his alley-oops and his dunks and in space with his projectile, he's all right. You know, he's not any means broken. He's not by any means better than any of these characters, but he's all right. And Morty, just like Steven, I think Morty is undefined at this point with his whip, all of his perks that he has. You can play him in so many different ways between his projectiles, his forward air, his spike is crazy, his UFO. I mean, he has a lot going for him, but I don't think he has a lot more besides his down air and his up air. That's all the Mortys know, down air, up air. I think as time goes on, we will see Morty move up this tier, but for now, he's at the bottom of the one buff away. Now moving on to the below average tier, I don't have a lot to say about any of these characters. Everybody should know why they're here. Oops, Velma should be up here. Everybody should know why these characters are here. Gizmo, he just came out. He's light. He doesn't have a lot of kill power besides his up special and his spike. And he doesn't have a lot going for him in solos. Arya just received a heavy nerf, making her only combo not true anymore, so it's real hard to kill with Arya. She's got all the speed, all the aggression, and she's just lacking that kill power. If you use Velma in ones, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You should be at the bottom, my guy, but I'm just gonna move on to Garnet. Now, Garnet did receive a few buffs this patch, but none of the buffs that she received changed her at all. For any of you nerds out there, her gauntlet received a 10% speed increase. Now, before there was a perk called Make It Rain Dog, and it would make you receive a 20% projectile speed. They nerfed that to 10%. So now if you have your 10% and add 10%, it's just 20%. And on the last patch, you already had 20% with that Make It Rain Dog perk. So her buff was stupid. It was pointless. I don't understand why they would buff it by 10% but then remove the Make It Rain Dog. Now Rain Dog in 1v1s, he's crazy sometimes, but I think you have to set up way too much compared to other projectile characters like Tom and Jerry, or even Steven if you want to call him a projectile character, even Morty. You have to set up too much. Nobody has times, like if you're fighting a Harley Quinn or a Batman, they're not going to let you have the light of day, setting up a crystal, doing a firebomb. If you're going against Tom and Jerry, he's going to reflect everything back at you. It's just, he feels bad, man. And Taz and Iron Giant, they are both tied for the bottom right now. Taz did receive a huge buff, but nothing changed. He still spins, he's still avoidable. You can camp him out. He doesn't have a lot going for him. His speed is pretty dog shit. And just like Iron Giant, in 1v1s, you're just a punching bag. These two, everybody knows what you want to do, and my grandma could beat these two characters in a 1v1. Alright, so this is the doubles tier list. If you skipped here and you want to see the 1v1 tier list, go ahead and watch it. I rated everybody in the entire game, but we're going to move into the doubles tier list, starting out with the S+ tier King Tom and Jerry. Now me myself, obviously, I'm a Tom and Jerry main. I spit it every single video. And personally, I believe he is the best duos character in the game. He can cover everywhere on the battlefield, vertically, horizontally, off stage, on stage. He's just a menace. And he did receive nerfs to his jabs and his down air, but that's not what made him good in duos. What makes him good in duos is the 7 projectiles you can have on screen at once. You can have 4 tennis balls, a rocket, and a dynamite, and Jerry's little corkscrew that he shoots. It's just, you can cover absolutely everything. You can assist your teammate from all the way across the map. You can assist your teammate off stage. He is one of the best characters if not the best character in duos. Now moving on to finish the S plus tier, Wonder Woman. She is perfect for supporting your teammate. These two mesh very well together in a duo. She can shield her allies, she can cover you with her lasso, she can teleport to you with shield, she can edge guard, she's fast, she's heavy, she doesn't die, she can run in there while your teammate's doing whatever he's got to do. Wonder Woman's a huge threat in duos, and even with this speed nerf and weight nerf, it wasn't enough to knock her off of the top, unfortunately. So moving on to the meta tier list. Now moving on to the next tier, I called it meta. These are some of the meta characters that are running rampant on this patch. Steven should be up here. There's just not enough Stevens. He's crazy. The way he can support you with his tether that explodes, he can bubble somebody and make them immobilized for 5 to 10 seconds sometimes. He can call in a third player, Watermelon Steve, the big old Sour Patch Kid. Everything he can do is absolutely crazy. He can wall off an entire fight. He can make the battleground his, and I think that's crazy. Now Bugs will always be meta. His aerials are still strong, his up air is strong, his projectiles are good. He can still use his hole to put his safe through, his rocket through. He has a pie, a charm. His down air is still strong, his nair is good. He can support anybody and be a very good aggressive attacker from any distance, and he is still in the meta. Now moving on, we have a three-way tie between Raindog, Superman, and Iron Giant, but this is the way I would put them. I think Superman does a better job than these two at covering from all distances, even off stage, up high, down low. You can't run from Superman. He has the widest dodge in the game. He has a laser beam, frost breath. His command grabs are insane. He's tanky. He's quick in the air. He is very good at supporting his ally. Superman's really good, and I think he's going to stay in the meta for a long time. Raindog is also very good at supporting your ally. You can pull them back on stage to keep them from getting spiked. They can always recover. He has a plethora of projectiles that he can throw and summon, and he works a lot better in duos than he does in solos. Now Iron Giant, tank god himself, the losers bracket menace. He's insane. He's a tank. When he gets his thorns going and he has his armor, sometimes he can just distract enough so that a Bugs Bunny or a Velma can get off enough damage that one of his uppercuts or one of his sits are going to get you, and that's a stock. Now last in the meta tier list is Velma. She did receive a heavy nerf in this patch and in the last patch. So for right now, as I see it, Velma is at the bottom of the meta tier list. Now moving on to the next tier, we have the meh tier. There's too many characters in here for me to go over every single one of them, so I'm going to give a brief summary on why I think they belong here. This tier is in no specific order. These are just characters that are almost meta, but they just get outshined by everybody above them. Batman, Finn, Jake, Shaggy, Morty, Gizmo, Arya, and Harley Quinn. If you look above in the meta tier and the S plus tier, there is a character that plays exactly similar to every single one of these characters here, but just does it better. Now I do think in the future, Morty or Gizmo, maybe even Batman, could creep their way up here, but for now as it stands, I don't think they're good enough to be in the duos meta. Moving on to one of the last tiers in this video, the what you doing. Garnet and LeBron, they feel bad to play. LeBron did receive a couple of buffs, but he's only good in pubs. He doesn't have a whole lot of kill power besides his dunk move. His aerials feel weak. When he doesn't have his basketball, he is arguably one of the worst characters in the game. It just feels bad to play LeBron right now. Same thing goes for Garnet. She just feels bad, man. She's heavy. Her jab is absolutely insane. But you just camp her out. She loses. She's really bad at covering that distance. She's not quick. She doesn't have good aerial speeds. And she just feels bad to play. Now at the bottom of the duos tier list, we do have Taz. He was in the bottom of my solos tier list too. I don't think the buffs did enough to Taz to make him viable. I think maybe he could be here with LeBron and Garnett. I just don't see it. I think Taz is weak. He's slow. You can camp him out. Everybody knows what you're looking for. His down air is kind of weak. The only good thing that Taz does have going for him would be his anvil, but if you know what you're looking for, it's not hard to counter. Taz isn't really a problem in this patch, and I was really hoping that he would get bumped up to maybe here. And it's kind of unfortunate to see Taz fall off like this, but somebody's got to fall off, and as long as it ain't Tom and Jerry, we chillin'. But I did make this video at, let's check, 2:58 in the morning. I had a split-second decision to come out here and make a video because I personally was trying to watch a tier list video and I couldn't find a good one for this patch that I actually agreed on. So I came out here and I made a video for y'all. So make sure to support me if you want to. I appreciate every single comment I get, every like, every sub. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Make sure to comment down below to tell me what video you would like to see me do next. In Multiversus, I'm down to do anything, challenges, gameplays with specific characters. Just throw it at me and I'll let you know if I'll do it. But without further ado, I'm gonna go to bed. I gotta edit this video and post it to YouTube, wake up in the morning and do a tournament, and post a YouTube video on that tournament. Man, I've been grinding. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you watch your next video. Peace.